feel like you're just checking off tasks from your list without a clear sense of how they fit into a bigger picture? In this video, we're redefining what a project really is and exploring how it connects to your values, goals, and vision for the future. You'll learn why projects are so much more than just tasks, and how understanding their place in a bigger framework can fuel your motivation and focus. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I'm Dr. Katie Linder, a certified project manager, change manager, and coach who works full-time leading and supporting teams in higher education. On this channel, I offer real-world examples of how project management translates into higher ed. If you're looking for ways to use project management tools and skills, both professionally and personally, to bring more ease to your work and life, you're in the right place. As you launch into learning more about managing projects, it's helpful to start with defining what a project is in connection to a bunch of other related terms. I define projects as time-bounded efforts that show commitment to your values and key priorities through day-to-day actions, and these can involve contributions that you make to others or to yourself through dedicated time and focus. Based on this definition, it can be helpful to note that projects are nested within other conceptual areas: your vision and values, your life practices, your goals, then come your projects, followed by project milestones, and then finally, your tasks. As you can see from the location of projects in this nesting structure, projects are made up of milestones and tasks, but they're guided by goals, practices, and your vision and values. Often, we might think of a project only in terms of its tasks, but connecting a project to a larger goal or vision can create more motivation to complete the project. Let's go over brief definitions for each of these conceptual areas. A vision is an aspirational statement focused on how you see yourself thriving in the future. A vision can also serve as an intentional idea that you commit to for the future and that aligns your purpose, goals, and unique contributions. Your values are keywords or phrases that remind you of your priorities or the priorities of your institution, division, department, or team. They're one of the most important tools that you have to help you make decisions and choose where you want to spend your time, attention, and energy. Your life and work practices are the routines that you purposefully and consistently build into your life and work to support being in alignment with your values and priorities. You might do these routines daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly, even annually, and they will be connected with your values in important and meaningful ways. Your goals are often stated in broad terms and encompass several projects or values. These are a reflection of your key priorities for a dedicated amount of time. Projects are next, and again, they are time-bounded efforts that show commitment to your values and key priorities through day-to-day actions. These can involve contributions that you make to others or to yourself through dedicated time and focus. Your milestones are the steps along the way to achieving a goal or completing a project. Creating project milestones can help to ensure a project is staying on track and offer you something to celebrate along the way. This is especially important for multi-month or multi-year projects where small amounts of progress take a while to add up. And finally, your tasks are individual time-bounded actions that you take to complete projects. Tasks are the building blocks of seeing progress in a project. To make this framework more concrete, let's walk through an example of redesigning a curriculum for an academic program. First, the department envisions becoming a leader in preparing students for emerging fields in sustainability and environmental science. Some of the key values guiding this work might include student-centered learning, inclusivity, and real-world applicability. These values help frame every decision made about the redesign. To ensure steady progress, the department implements practices such as monthly strategy meetings, quarterly check-ins on the redesign timeline, and an annual retreat to evaluate progress and recalibrate priorities. One of the department's goals could be to launch the redesigned curriculum in time for the next accreditation review, ensuring alignment with accreditation standards and industry expectations. Within that goal, one project might involve revising all the core courses to incorporate updated learning outcomes and new assessment methods. Milestones for this project could include implementing a review of current course materials, drafting proposed revisions, securing faculty approval, and piloting the revised courses with a small group of students. Finally, examples of tasks could include scheduling a faculty meeting to discuss the proposed changes, gathering feedback from current students and alumni, or creating a new rubric for assessing student projects. By aligning the redesign project with a clear vision, values, and goals, this department can ensure that the work isn't just about ticking boxes or meeting deadlines. Instead, it's a meaningful reflection of what the department stands for and the impact that they want to have on their students. Now let's break down how this framework applies to an individual project. For example, an academic working on a journal article. The scholar envisions themselves as a thought leader in their field, contributing research that drives meaningful change and advances knowledge. This vision motivates their desire to publish consistently. Some key values might include intellectual rigor, collaboration, and accessibility. These values guide how they approach their research and writing, ensuring that their work is thorough, inclusive, and impactful. They've established writing practices to support this work, such as setting aside dedicated writing blocks 2 mornings a week, tracking progress weekly, and reviewing their research agenda annually to align projects with their priorities. One of their goals for this academic year might be to publish an article in a peer-reviewed journal that addresses a gap in the literature that they've identified. Within that goal, one project could be drafting, revising, and submitting an article on the impact of an emerging technology in their discipline. Some milestones for this project might include completing a thorough literature review, drafting the introduction and method sections, securing feedback from a colleague, revising based on that feedback, and submitting the final manuscript to the target journal. And lastly, some of the tasks could include identifying and saving 10 key articles for the literature review, writing a 500-word summary of the findings, scheduling a meeting with a colleague for feedback, or uploading the manuscript to the journal submission portal. By connecting this article writing project to the vision of thought leadership and the value of intellectual rigor, the scholar can tap into a deeper sense of purpose and commitment. Each task completed isn't just moving them closer to a publication, it's actually a step toward creating the impact that they want to have in their field. Based on these examples, hopefully you can see how projects that are connected to your values, goals, and vision can create more meaningful productivity. When you plan your projects as more than just a collection of tasks, they become a reflection of what matters most to you. As you plan your next project, think about how it aligns with your bigger picture and use that connection to fuel your focus and motivation. If this perspective resonated with you, leave a comment down below and subscribe for more strategies to align your projects with your bigger picture goals. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.